Why most productivity advice doesn't work for ADHD brains. If you've ever stared at your to-do list and felt your brain freeze, you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're just trying to use neurotypical productivity hacks on an ADHD brain. Planners, apps, just wake up earlier, they keep failing you because they weren't made for you. Stick around, this could change how you see your ADHD. Wondering why? Listen to me. I'm Ella. I'm not a therapist. I'm someone who's lived this. Diagnosed with ADHD in my 20s after years of thinking I was just bad at life. I bought all the fancy planners, used them for 2 days, then lost them under laundry piles. After failing at most systems, I found ADHD-friendly tricks that actually stick. Why generic advice always seems to fail? Let's bust a myth. Most productivity hacks assume you can summon motivation anytime. You can prioritize like a spreadsheet. Once you start, momentum magically appears. ADHD says nope. We deal with executive dysfunction. It's like having a supercomputer brain, but the prefrontal cortex forgot to hit run. No big deal, except totally a big deal. You know that laundry pile? 5 minutes of work, but your body refuses to move? Not laziness, that's task initiation paralysis. Your reward system isn't firing enough dopamine to bridge thought and action. I tried the miracle morning thing, 5 a.m. wake-ups to fix my life. Lasted 2 days. Day 3, overslept, felt like a failure, binged Netflix for 6 hours. 5 a.m. club, more like 5 a.m. Nope. It's not because we're broken. These systems run on willpower. ADHD brains aren't designed for that. What's happening in your brain? In ADHD, dopamine, the fuel for motivation and focus, isn't regulated the same way. Boring or overwhelming tasks feel impossible because there's no reward signal. Your prefrontal cortex gets overwhelmed by too much input. That's why rigid systems and complex planners often backfire. Looking at you, 47-tab Notion workspace. Ready for something that actually works? Here are 3 shifts that changed everything for me. 1. The 2-minute door unlock. To an ADHD brain, do the laundry isn't a task. It's a giant swirling black hole of steps and decisions. So shrink it. Make the first step so small your brain can't say no. Just put 1 sock in the hamper. This isn't about tricking yourself, it's neuroscience. It taps into the Zeigarnik effect. Once you start, your brain wants to finish. Starting small removes the mental friction that makes you freeze. When I applied this, I stopped arguing with my brain about working out. I told myself, just put on sneakers. 80% of the time, the sneakers dragged me out the door. Sneakers. 1, ADHD, 0. Why it matters. For ADHD brains, the start is the hardest. Make the start embarrassingly easy. Actionable tip. Take your biggest task today. Break it down to the tiniest step, like open the doc instead of write report. Go do just that. 2. Building dopamine bridges. ADHD brains are wired to seek dopamine. Boring tasks feel like crossing a rickety bridge with missing planks. Dopamine stacking lays those planks. When I dread emails, I make it cozy, lo-fi beats, my favorite candle, and a cookie bribe after 5 replies. Inbox 0 becomes a vibe, not a punishment. Science says this isn't cheating, it's smart. Our reward circuits don't light up for delayed payoffs. Pairing hard tasks with instant rewards keeps your brain engaged long enough to start and sometimes finish. Actionable tip. Pick 2 sensory rewards for your next dreaded task. Maybe music in a hoodie or a tea in a post-task walk. Make starting feel good. Bonus idea, add novelty. A new playlist or a different workspace can give a micro dopamine hit. 3. Make your world louder than your brain. ADHD working memory is like a leaky bucket. The fix? Externalize everything so your environment becomes your second brain. I turned my apartment into a memory palace. Sticky notes on mirrors, a giant countdown timer, and weekly body doubling calls on Zoom. These aren't crutches, they're scaffolding for an ADHD brain. Visual cues and social accountability lower cognitive load. They help your brain spend less energy remembering and more on doing. Bonus, sticky notes also make great modern art. Actionable tip. Pick 1 external system today. Try a whiteboard calendar, a post-it trail, or text a friend. Starting X at 4 p.m., check on me. Pro move. Set phone alarms with labels like, hey, future, you wanted to do this. You don't have to figure this out alone. I'm building an ADHD-friendly corner of the internet where we get it. Links below. Grab my free ADHD Focus Toolkit too. It's packed with the hacks I actually use,